Alright, so let's look at finding equations of ellipses. I'll have several videos, check them all out. I'm trying to hit everything you would come across. So let's look at this. We've got the ellipse. It's in the form x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, where a is greater than or equal to b, which is greater than 0. Foci plus or minus c 0, and c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared, and vertices plus or minus a 0. Alright, and this the vertices, this negative a0 to a0, this line segment that joins these, this is called the major axis, and then the line segment that joins 0b and 0 negative b, that would be the major axis. Notice, and this is what's important here, is the a is larger than b, so the larger number will be under x in this case, and you can see it, the larger axis is going horizontal. And then if we have an ellipse, x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1, notice a is larger, so now the larger one is underneath y. It has foci 0 plus or minus c, okay, and c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared, and the vertices are 0 plus or minus a. So this would be your major axis here, and this would be the minor axis. Now, another thing, notice here that these ellipses here, the center is at 0, 0. Okay. Now, you may have an ellipse where the center is not at 0, 0. So how would that look? Well, it would look similar to this, but the equation would be like this: x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And then for this one, it would be similar: x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. So this is what you're going to have to pay attention to. Okay, you'll have to really watch that to get the center, and know how which way the major axis is. Okay, we look for the larger number. All right, so let's look at some examples. Alright, so let's take a look at an example. It says find an equation for the ellipse that has foci plus or minus 2, 0, and vertices plus or minus 5, 0. Alright, so I think the best thing to do is to sketch the graph. Well, you can't really sketch all of it, but you can get an idea of what it looks like. Alright, so we have foci at 2, 0 and negative 2, 0, and we have vertices at 5, 0 and negative 5, 0. Alright, so we know it's going to look something like this. Alright, we know the major axis is horizontal. Alright, so what does that tell us? Well, since the major axis is horizontal, then that means we know A is equal to 5. See, that's the distance from the center to the vertices is 5. Alright, and then the foci, well, remember, the foci is plus or minus c 0 when the major axis is horizontal. So we've got C is equal to, well, the distance, which is 2. All right. And we know that the center is 0, 0. All right, so really we've got everything we need. Well, let's look at this. We know this is going to be in the form x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. Now, remember, since this is the major axis, a is larger than b and it's going to be under the x term. All right. Now, well, all we need, we got everything we need. We got a. Well, we can use c and a to get b. Well, we know that c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. So if we plug all this in, that's going to give us 2 squared equals 5 squared minus b squared. And if we solve, so we bring the b squared over here and the 2 squared over there, that's going to be 25 minus, and 2 squared is 4. So b squared is 21. So now look at there. We know a. So our solution would be x squared over a squared. Well, a squared, 5 squared is 25, plus y squared over b squared. Well, what's b squared? B squared is 21, and that equals 1. And there's your equation. All right, so I hope that helped. Check out the other videos. I'll be trying to hit everything you'll come across. So check out the other videos and give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.